when I'm walking down the street.
I do want to say to Doni and many of you in this room that over a very long career in this city, all of you have helped me and my colleagues tell the truth and to try to tell.
I may not look like you and you me, but
my head up.
I'm South Carolina, so I just.
What does this event mean to you, Miss Peggy Morris?
Oh, my heart.
Happy 20th anniversary.
My heart is about loving up on my sisters. Do you know what it feels like to have your sisters in the room? John.
And dare to be different and unique. I'm gonna be the best me I can be by letting His glory shine through. I am beautiful, I am blessed, but not just what you see in the flesh. I'm free from people, free from myself.
The doctor lived next door to the janitor, to the reverend, and the lawyer. We were together. Now we get so high and mighty that you create stress for your society because you don't like poor black folks either. That's a health problem. Get yourself together so I can stop being taking care of geriatric people and get back to pediatrics. I thank you, Doni, for all you've done. Let's keep doing it all and more.
Letting His glory shine through. Dare to be you, dare to be me, dare to be different and unique. I'm gonna be the best me I can be by letting His glory shine through. And I dare you, I dare you, I dare you to be you.
First name's Doni, last name's Glover. In it to win it for the long haul, baby. We got a special show for you today. Watch this. Naijha Wright, Brown. Oh, please don't forget the Brown.
Don't
forget the Brown. Don't forget the Brown. Tony Randall, unmute yourself. He froze up on me. Ira Chase, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. All right, so we're doing this Black Restaurant Roundtable because we know that nobody hustles more than a restaurateur. And if you're a black restaurateur, oh my goodness. Naijha,
Right.
when do you sleep? This is the first question. Everybody get the same question.
I don't know when I can. I guess. I mean, you got to get it in, but you know the grind is real. The hustle's real.
Money don't sleep. Ira, what about you? Do you sleep? When do you sleep?
Occasionally when the business closes, when I got to be up extra early to make sure it open appropriately. So I definitely don't go to sleep till the business closes. That's for sure.
Is it true that in the restaurant business for a restaurateur, it is a 24/7 job?
Yes.
It is
Yes.
It's absolutely a 24/7 job.
Especially with the marketing and stuff like that. People don't understand. You can have the best product, so you think, but if you're not marketing it, you know, people won't know. And that's like a 24/7 job. So in our case with the Land of Kush, that you know, Greg and I is a perfect team because he does the operations, like let's say Ira might do. I'm not in there hands-on. I'm doing the PR and the marketing and the special events, which is a lot of other components around, you know, the restaurant to bring attention to the restaurant. So people might say, oh, they overrated or whatever, but you got to be in the public eye if you want people to come to your restaurant. Just because you have the best food doesn't mean people just coming over there. You have to let people know that you are there.
Okay, next survey question. We start with you on this one, Ira. What is the first restaurant you ever went to?
When I was a kid, my mother took us to Friendly's.
Oh my God.
Yeah, you know, just little teeny Friendly's. Went to Friendly's, and I used to just like a cheeseburger and a little milkshake, just real simple.
That's interesting.
Tony Randall, Next Phase Cafe. This is the second round of questions. What is the first restaurant that you went to?
First restaurant in my life?
Yeah.
Wow. Phillips Restaurant when it was on the other side of Inner Harbor.
I was a busboy there. We had to carry a tray in both hands. Only place I ever saw this
Wow.
done. I'd never imagined I could carry a tray in both hands and don't drop it. And you don't get home till about 3 o'clock in the morning. But as a busboy, you had a chug. Okay, Naijha, let's go to you.
It's Friendlies. I mean, when my mother sent me to the Fresh Air Fund out in the Berkshires of Massachusetts, that's the first restaurant that they took me to was Friendlies. So other than that, Burger King and all that other stuff was the hood food we used to eat. But official restaurant, Friendlies. And it took me to go to some camp to get to a restaurant.
Okay, now Tony Randall, when do you sleep?
2 or 3 hours a day. No, maybe 4.
Is the reason your sleep is limited? Is it because you have to constantly count your inventory? Is theft still a major concern? And let's just take your restaurant, but of the restaurateurs, you know, is theft still a major concern?
Theft is always a major concern. The reason I don't sleep is to make certain that I can reduce and possibly eliminate the possibility of theft. It's not really a major problem at my establishment because I do all the ordering. I count everything that comes in, and we, do check a waste and so forth. That's just what. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
That's just one minor aspect. I mean, I don't sleep because I'm, running a business is a 24/7 job.
Is this to suggest that good help is hard to find?
Absolutely. Good help is very hard to find, especially in this industry.
Come on, Ira. I see you brimming.
I'm laughing. I'm laughing because I'm sure Naijha and Tony will relate when I say this. You say good help is hard to find. It's everybody want a job, but don't nobody want to work.
Absolutely. And everybody wants to get paid.
Facts.
Right.
Facts.
Absolutely.
Terence, welcome to the show. What's the first restaurant you went to?
Ooh, child. My mama house.
No.
The restaurant.
Went to grandma's house.
That's not a restaurant, Terence.
And you want to know, I guess maybe the one was the Brown Derby. Probably went to the Brown Derby in Orangeburg, South Carolina. They made the best chopped barbecue and dirty rice. That was back in the day. That's way back.
Hey, Ira, we got a question from Darius Hall, apparently one of your fans from Sandtown. And he asking how come Ben's not here because Ira's here, Darius.
And Ben is prepping catering for Baltimore City School Board. They gotta be delivered at 11 a.m. today.
Yeah, so stop signifying, Darius. Okay, all right. That's the mayor of Sandtown. We'll still let them slide in. Okay, so we're gonna go back around. What is the first black restaurant you went to? Terence, we're gonna start with you.
Wow.
You eating up time. Time is money. Tony Randall.
I know my time is money, but what I'm thinking all the way back to Stamford, Connecticut. Right on the south end, there was a little restaurant, little Greasy Spoon, and I forgot the name, baby. I forgot the name, but it was for 100 years.
Okay, Tony.
Donna, you want me to go way back? Leon's Pig Pen, and there was one on Pennsylvania Avenue, one on North Avenue, and there was one on Bonaparte and Hartford Road. I used to go to that one. I lived on Broadway.
We lived in North and Greenmount, so we had one just across the street. Okay,
Leon's Pig Pen.
Naijha, first black restaurant you ever been to?
I don't know if I remember correctly. Probably Wells on 125th Street in Harlem.
Wow, nothing in the Bronx? My goodness.
No,
No.
I mean, I was in Manhattan and the Bronx, a lot. So no, I don't remember. If I say the Bronx, it probably was a Latin restaurant. If I'm thinking back, but if you're saying black restaurants, it would be Wells in the Bronx. Probably a Latino restaurant. I was into my Spanish food.
Gracias, senora. Okay, all right, Ira. The first
Man,
yeah.
That's easy for me, man. I'm a native Baltimorean. It was Tyrone's chicken for me, baby.
Wow. Call Tyrone. Okay, all right. Next round of questions. Ira, what made you open a restaurant?
So this is actually my partner Ben's dream. So I went to school for cooking, and I was working them 16-hour days. I was doing like a part-time job in sales, man, and I was making more in a couple hours than I was in 16 working in a restaurant. But Ben, like, he loves it. Like, it's his passion. Like, he was running the kitchen at Towson, and so like and me and him been only knowing each other more like, I don't know, 40 years. Grew up in the same neighborhood, went to the same school. So like this started in his kitchen, and it was just really his passion. And he came to me, and I helped scale it. So I'm super happy to be a part of his dream and helping the process.
Naijha, what made you start a restaurant? And when I say you, I mean your whole team. I know. I can see
Gregory Brown, because I would have never been in food service. Yeah, I would have never been in food service if it wasn't for Gregory Brown. That was not on my bucket list to be in food service. So that's how it started.
Terence Dickson, how did you get into the restaurant business?
It started from my father. My father used to work hard, went to school in the daytime, worked at night, and once a month or twice a month, he would take us out to nice restaurants. All right, Chinese restaurant, the steakhouse, the Italian restaurant, but we really never had a black restaurant. So when I mimicked him, I followed his lead. I started taking my kids out to a restaurant. Okay, guess what? It was the Italian restaurant, the hibachi grill, but never a black restaurant. And I decided to create that because I wanted to create Black Awesome, because when you go into a restaurant, there's a few things that it subliminally happens to you. You go into an Italian restaurant, you see the gondolas, you hear the music, the sauce. So it's a reflection of that culture. Same thing with the hibachi and the steakhouse. You've seen all the cowboys, but none of them were black. You feel me? So that's what Terra Cafe represents. When you come in, you see the red dirt roads of Orangeburg, South Carolina. You see the green foliage. You see black art. You hear black music. You smell black food. So it puts a new dynamic into what Black Awesome is. You know what I mean? And it's not just for us. It's for us because we need this. We need to level up and have another height that we go to. But also it changed the narrative of how people look at us. You feel me? That everybody not in here twerking. You know what I mean?
Okay, Martin Luther King. Okay. Tony
I have a dream.
Well, yeah.
Throughout the world.
He's one of them Capricorns like Dr. King. Okay, Tony Randall, what made you start a spot?
Well, 12 years ago, we opened Phase 10, and me and my business partners wanted to open a nightclub, and we couldn't find space in Baltimore to open a nightclub. We found a building on Howard Street that had a kitchen, and we looked at one another and said, what are we going to do with the kitchen? And all three of us.
Hold up, Tony. You got to give him some backdrop. There was another black restaurant there before you.
Southern Blues was there before me, and Jim Britton was before Southern Blues.
And Jimmy Britton before that.
Right. Before Jimmy Britton?
No. I just wanted to put that on the table that you were the third black
owner. Yes, the third black owner of that restaurant. Yes, sir.
And so you got an opportunity to pull from the reservoir of knowledge of at least two situations before you. And I just want to say that is a huge establishment. People don't know. Yes. That's a lot of square footage in there.
Yeah, 3 buildings. And Jimmy Britton's was very instrumental in guiding me through what I should look for in opening a restaurant, especially not having a background in the culinary industry. I've been cooking for my family for a very long time. I'm the guy that's at the grill every year cooking. So when me and the two business partners talked about what we were going to do with that kitchen, I had some knowledge of, what was necessary to get recipes on the table, but no knowledge of how to run a restaurant. So we hired some great people, and I learned a lot from those people over the years. Not just how to run a restaurant, but what's involved in the cooking process. So for us, we kind of came in on a different angle. But once we open that restaurant, it's about having your friends come by and making a good meal. The best way to make friends is to do what? Feed them some good food. And everybody loves to eat, all cultures. And that kind of pushed my interest to continue in the culinary world. Now, when we talk about my current restaurant, Next Phase, when Phase 10 closed, my daughter was insistent that we continue on in this field. And she's not on this call, but she has the whole story, Doni, as you know, behind that, how Next Phase came about. And so we've been at our current location in downtown Baltimore for 6 years, 6.5 years. So
is it important to all of you that your children take over this business one day?
Absolutely, positively.
Well, you want to know what I want? You know what? The sidebar. Hey, Tony, I originally was going to buy that building before I bought 25th Street, but I could never work out the negotiations in reference to acquiring the parking lot also on the corner there was the big thing for me.
Yeah.
Back in the day, that was the big thing. And I looked at that one in 25th Street. I ended up grabbing 25th Street. And the only thing was that was the beautiful space. It had all the equipment. It had everything. It had the option of dine-in and carry out in a separate venue. It was awesome. Awesome space.
Yeah. Well, we were looking at other buildings like in other neighborhoods that were clubs. As I mentioned, we're looking, to open an entertainment venue.
Yeah.
All of you, I know you have your different scenarios. Terence, you might be the oddball, but like with Naijha, we know there's Gregory Brown. With Ira, we know there's Ben Washington, right?
Ben Thompson.
Ben Thompson, my bad. Tony, we know it's Mika. I don't know who your go-to is, Terence. Is it your son?
It's my daughter Tiffany. It's
your daughter
Taryn. It's my son Tori. It's my son Taj. All right, and those are my go-to. My kids are my go-to. You know what I mean?
So of the four of you, Terence is the slave driver on his own children. Well, what about you, Ira?
That's my grandmother. If you don't.
Well, no, my son. So I got 4 children. My son is 18, and so he definitely works. He's in high school right now. His last year of high school. He works at the restaurant now, on the food truck, going to Amazon. So just trying to organically teach him the business.
Naijha, you said P ain't having none of that. That's why she learned karate.
No, not just that. We have family working in the restaurant. Like Greg's cousin, his younger cousin, about 14, 15 is in there, and she running the adults. So it might be one of those, or it might be, someone in the restaurant that has been there for a long time that, might take over by that. But PA don't want to do the food service. She want to do the producing stuff, the festival stuff, and music stuff. She wants to do that type of stuff and be a YouTuber and a gamer. So she's trying to follow in my footsteps.
Okay, the greatest joy. What's the greatest joy that you get from your business? Let's start with you, Tony Randall.
Well, what we didn't mention is my granddaughter and my grandson work in the business. And watching them grow up in the business, from washing dishes to both of them can cook every item on the menu. My grandson is a high-tech person. And I mentioned this, my background, for those of you who know me, is IT. So my grandson is a techie kind of person. He can go in, configure the POS, And it's just amazing. Sometimes I have to recognize their age because one is 17 and one is 20. And my grandson started with us at the other restaurant when he was about 9 or 10. And he told me at they had a career day at his school around, I think, 2013. And when the teacher called on him and asked him what did he want to do when he grew up, he told the teacher while looking at me, he wanted my job. And I was the owner, of a restaurant then. So that's a true blessing to be able to witness his growth. So they've been fortunate enough to have, job opportunities within the family. And I'm not discouraging or encouraging them to continue that legacy, but I am preparing all of them to be able to step in and sustain the business if that's what they choose to do.
But I bet you they all will be in some type of form of entrepreneurship business.
My grandson was a business person. He was the guy that the principal called me to let me know that he was selling candy that we would get from BJ's at the school. You can't do that, grandson. That's a great, but school has rules. So while you're in school, during school hours.
Okay.
All
right, what's your greatest joy, Tony?
Thank you. I didn't hear the question.
What is your greatest joy from Next Phase Cafe?
Greatest joy is to still be in business after all of these years, and to just the friends and the people that we create for being in business. Having at the restaurant and so forth.
Okay. Terence Dickson, I want you to we know you got a short attention span. What is your greatest joy?
Is being that really hub for Baltimore City and our Black community, and people seeing you. We've never closed during COVID. I get that question all the time. When are we opening back up? Because of the challenge with our backyard and our live entertainment. But we'll speak to our mayor and something, or maybe we won't help him.
Oh, we're gonna touch the city of Baltimore. Don't you worry.
You know what I mean? But I tell you what, the one thing is that the power that it brings, because like Tony said before, if you want to get people, what do? You feed them. You feel me? And we have fed people in Baltimore City, not just with food, but with spirit, with energy, with encouragement. Okay. And we set a standard of awesome. It's not so much just about us, it's about our community. That's where your greatness comes from, not when you lift yourself up, it's the people that you lift up. And I know the Terra Cafe has done that. And humbly, I never chose this. I was going to be the celebrity joint, jump in the car, got some groupies, do a little flash pan cooking and get out of here. I didn't know that I would talk to people about, their kids, their relationship, their challenges. I didn't know that people would come and need you, okay? Or sending that food for that repast, you feel me? So these are the things that are really rooted in our community. And that's the importance of having business in our community, because it gives us a Black damn identity, okay? And it's not somebody else writing our script, and that's the sad part. Everybody feels as though, remember, Doni, you had somebody talking about a book about Randallstown and the Black transition and migration out there, but it wasn't written by us. So how could
I know?
Okay, we have to write our own shit. And
yes. Okay, Naijha, greatest joy.
Being the social enterprise in the community to deliver the ultimate vegan soul food experience. Again, we still have to keep in mind that African Americans have the highest health disparities in the community when you think of diseases, all type of obesity and all of that. So Blanda Kush is proud to be that spot that people can come to, and you can still have your collard greens, yams, mac and cheese, ribs, curry chicken, crab cakes, all of that, and not worry about how much fat, cholesterol, sodium and all that stuff that's in the food. So that's what we're proud of. And just meeting new people. I mean, we're internationally known. As small as we are, we're not full service. We're not, it is a fast casual. We are known internationally and multi-award winning.
Okay, Ira, your greatest joy.
So we like to say at Hood Fellas, it's like your auntie house. It's like the cookout, right? So like there, it's popular to be black, and you revel in it. You feel it when you're in the building, right? It feels like home. And so occasionally, when you're standing there and the place is jumping, and you look across the sea of black folk that's just flat out enjoying themselves in downtown Baltimore in the Muncie building, like at every time, it gives me chills. That we've came this far.
Okay, now this is a bragging rights question. Bragging rights question. And Naijha, I'm gonna let you start it off.
No.
Okay, Naijha, what celebrities have been to your spot?
Well, the first celebrity was Stevie Wonder. And and this was like
now you know that's not fair to the competition. That is just not fair.
So that really is what set us to be internationally known. Once he came in 2 days in a row. So that really put us on the global map. And then you have Danny Glover, the actor. But Chloe and Haley was in there when they used to sing for Beyonce. I mean, it was
the rapper dude.
Angela Day. Oh, Styles P. Right?
No.
No.
Who? The rapper.
So
the rapper dude.
I don't.
He had a book.
Soul Fest. Say the name, baby. Say the name. He was just a Vegan Soul Fest.
He married the girl.
I don't know.
There's so many people.
Early hip hop.
I know. Like I'm still
early
hip hop artist.
Early hip hop icon. He married the girl down in PG County. Okay. Yeah.
Professor Griff. Yes, absolutely. Public Enemy in them. So yeah. Yeah, I mean, and Angela Davis has been in there.
Danny Glover been in there twice.
Baltimore's own Charles Dutton. He's been in there.
Right. Yeah, that's cool.
Okay, Tony Randall, bragging rights.
Everybody's a celebrity, Donnie. You're a celebrity. Everyone's a celebrity. I can't think of the names of anybody. A number of people have been there, old and new in the industry. Christopher Williams. We feature live entertainment. Kim Waters, a number of folks. Right now, I'm drawing a blank, as I mentioned, because we think of everyone truly and honestly.
Craig Alston is very much a celebrity. Craig play every instrument out there like Prince.
And Frank McComb, and as I mentioned, because we feature live entertainment, Dennis Chambers is a regular, good friend of mine.
Y'all know who Dennis Chambers is?
Dennis Chambers is
the greatest drummer in the world.
Exactly. Dennis and I went to school together, so I've known him since I was 15.
He's married to the principal, right?
Yes, sir. So I mean, there's a whole bunch on the list, but everybody's a celebrity.
Okay, Ira, what big timers what big timers have you had? Come on, Ira.
Hey, listen. So
let's start with the mayor. Let's start with the mayor, the state's attorney.
But I get a lot of political figures in our restaurant. So like,
Ira, you made me pay attention to the politicians in a way that I hadn't before. Terence, stop twisting your face up. But I saw you.
I didn't say nothing.
I can see it right across. You see this ticker down here? I see it right here. But I saw this young man, and I was so proud of him, engage these politicians. And it's almost like he set the stage where they had to show up and they had to show out. Come on, Ira, tell the story.
Yeah, so I've certainly partnered with Doni around doing an annual Black Wall Street at Hoodfellas, and we've had some fantastic people there. Marilyn Mosby, Nick, the Brandon Scott. So we've had Westmore's been in there, Senator McCray, Senator Hayes, a number of people from the Baltimore City Council.
You got to engage them, even though Terence shaking his head. You still got to engage these people, and they order food, right?
Why you keep calling my name out, Doni? Why you keep calling my name out? You want somebody to fight? I ain't doing it today.
Through those relationships, we've been able to do other things. Like we're a approved vendor for Baltimore City Schools, so we do a lot of stuff for Baltimore City Schools, which is pretty cool. The mayor's office order all the time. You know, they're right down the street, state's attorney's office, and so those relationships have cultivated other things for us in the city, which is pretty cool. Somebody that's not a political figure. So we did have Jess Hilarious come in, and she spent some time in there, and she did a bunch of like skits and stuff, which was pretty funny and cool.
You know, as you were talking, Naijha, you came to mind in terms of multiple streams of income. I mean, you the one you like to be out and about shaking the tree. You know that you can only sell for so many orders of mac and cheese a day, but if you get a contract, like he just said, with the city schools, with the state office building. I mean, even when you did your first vegan soul fest down there at Rennie's spot, I don't know if you noticed, Ira, her first vegan soul fest was downtown Baltimore on the block. Dude,
hey.
she had a line around the block. I swear to beans, white people. I was like, oh, wow.
I was gonna piggyback. I was gonna piggyback off of Ira when he talked about politicians, because at that time Nick Mosby was a council person, and he had to get fit seventh, and it's very important to engage them because they've been very instrumental with helping us doing things with Vegan Soul Fest this year and last year alone. Brandon Scott's office, his right hand people were instrumental in getting a lot of things, pushing permits and stuff like that, so we can have events, especially on private spaces like Port Covington over there, the Baltimore Peninsula. So definitely have to, connect with those officials.
But all of you, here's a lesson. All of you push the envelope. This is a black city. This is our city. And I don't care if we want to have something at City Hall, on the harbor, on top of the harbor, on top of the USF&G building, wherever. This is our city. You have not because you ask not. So keep asking, keep pushing that envelope. They work for us. And election time coming up. They need you more than you need them. All right.
We need money. Money. We need money.
Okay,
infusions. Cash infusions.
All right, Terence. What celebrities have been to your spot?
Who, me?
Well, I was talking to him. It looked like Tony Randall jumped you.
I didn't. I just want to finish with Terence. I just had a comment about the politicians.
Okay, what's your comment about the politicians? Because Terence don't need
no. I want to say
about the politician. They don't get no more energy.
Come on,
okay, I want to. Terence is about to go. I want to say, the mayor's office and the council. What I love about all of them is Ira's my neighbor. They attend both of our establishments probably equally. Every one of them, Mosby, the mayor was ordering from our menu when he was a council member. He continued to order as the council president, and he continues to frequent and visit the space regularly all the time. Marilyn and Nick and Costello, I can go down the list. And Doni, you have been a great contributor to that because you've had a number of events where you've invited many of them. So when you talked about being proud and what makes me feel good about being in the restaurant industry, that social impact that we have on the community. So Ivan Bates had his first event there, an inauguration there. We go down the list, Sheila Dixon, all of them. And my point is they recognize the importance of supporting Black restaurants.
Bilal Ali, most recently.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Matter of fact, he only will do it at your spot. Okay, Terence, what celebrities have been to your establishment?
Bye-bye, Dick Gregory.
Bye-bye, Dick Gregory.
Yeah!
I'm glad you started with
I can back that. I'm behind that. All right, Terrence.
and we gotta put a plug in for Darren Muhammad because Darren
Muhammad,
anytime Bobby,
Rick Ross, the real Rick Ross. Okay.
The real Rick Ross. Okay.
The real Rick Ross. All right. And
he's a billionaire.
We've also I mean, we've done everything here. I mean, also the cafe has done things that others probably don't even know. During COVID, we had interaction with both of the presidents, with both of them. All right.
Nice.
Trump came to town to bring bread. We fumbled. Baltimore fumbled. We fumbled. Okay. All right. Biden got his campaign from us. We don't need a reset. We need a refresh. You feel me? So, I mean, we penetrated quite a bit here. National article after national article after national article. They're pushing Black business and Black communities forward. That's what we're famous for. We're not so much famous for all the stars, but we're more so famous for the scars. You know, the ability to take a lick and get back up. And see, that's what's been dealt to Black business in Baltimore City. You know, we could have real conversations. You know, we talk nice about these people, but then we talk about really their value. You know, Naijha's still working on a restaurant 7 years, you know, a little 3-story restaurant, 7 years. And all those people that come in your place, you know, they don't show us the real respect. It's like you're great for a networking or a gala, but when it talks about building community and creating ownership in Baltimore City, everybody goes like Dumb Donald. They don't know what the hell to do. You feel me? So that's why I said I don't have anything to say anymore, that I'm going to bring solutions to us, because speaking on it don't even really make any sense in this town. It's like it's a whole cohort in reference to really suppressing Black business to maximum growth. Why don't we have Black ownership on Pennsylvania Avenue? Why don't we have Black ownership on North Avenue? Okay. Why is it that we only give opportunities to be in other people's neighborhood and they don't give us opportunities to grow in ours? Why?
Okay. So on that note, we're going to take one round and we're going to talk about some of the struggles and the challenges. Naijha, I've asked you this question before, and you got you're already ready, so it ain't an uppercut this time.
Get your gangster on, girl. Get your gangster on.
Well, all of you, and I know this. I know one specific, or actually more than one incident when Naijha, you and Greg and your team, you put it all on the line. You put it all on the field. You've had your life jeopardized, but you've also hired people that other people wouldn't hire. So I want you to speak to the challenges that you have had to face, even living there, raising your beautiful daughter there. And honestly, I just salute your hustle. I salute your love for our people.
Yeah, well, you know, challenges definitely, you know, bringing in employees in the community. We like a EAP system in there as well, because EAP, seriously. So, and then having to pay that payroll because we're not replacing them with robots like everybody else is doing. So we are responsible for providing for families, people in the community, by hiring them and teaching them, people that are unemployable that nobody's looking to bring into their establishments. And it's hard. It's hard because we have to deal with all type of different personalities. They could be substance abusers coming off of it. They're young. Oh, I can name it. We've been through it. We've probably been through 1,000 or more employees since we've been open. And it's hard. One, we need money. We need money. We need money. We need money. So my question is, and I'm going to say it now, we have all the new businesses that are getting support. If you think of your new customers, repeat customers, you need to be supporting your repeat businesses that are trying to maintain and are already established. You need to be funding them and infusing money into them. And this is for local, state, and federal government. Where's that money at? We need new chairs. We need new equipment. We need an expansion. All
you need
types
to own the bricks, lady. You need to own the bricks. You need to own the bricks. You need to own the bricks. All right.
Just say we're
Yeah,
needy.
so to be a staple in the community and not get that type of support, sometimes I'm thinking about why don't we just leave Baltimore and go to DC where they want us, go
Well,
to
they want
PG
to.
County where they
They
want us,
want to.
go to yeah, we got options now.
And see, that's the sad part, is that they push you to the event of where when you have real people and real businesses that tie our community down, and you don't show the respect. You got Breaking Bread, the same thing. I mean, there's major businesses, but guess what you see always, Donnie? You see the friends and family plan of a lot of the funding go to people that opened up an LLC and make cupcakes, and they're responsible for themselves. But then a business that has 10, 15 employees can't get a handshake. You feel me? It's a lot of smoke and mirrors. All right. It's a lot of fugazis going on. Everyone that's on this screen right now needs to own the bricks. They have sowed a seed in Baltimore so long and so strong. It's time for a harvest. And the crazy part is the funding is there. All right. Harbor Bank got $600 million. Okay. Baltimore City got $674 million. I met with one of the council people last week, a real council person, and they told me that the city's got until September of 24 to give that money out. Is it going to be like the rest of the funding, that at the end, they're going to make a quick dash and share it out to those that support them financially for their political campaigns and their friends, and then the rest of it's going to go back to the feds or the states because they wasn't adequate in reference to dispersing it where it was supposed to go? What is the fear of Black ownership in Baltimore? I think that's the question that we really have to ask, because there's so much opportunity and there's no movement. And it's really challenging because everybody that you look at is beautiful, Black, and smart. But when it comes to us and ownership in Baltimore, it becomes a dumb Donald syndrome. There's no reason that there's no Black business or a Black Wall Street, a functioning Black Wall Street on Pennsylvania Avenue. You got enough abandoned buildings. You got enough disparity in the area. And see, this is all checking the box with federal money. Okay? Yo, when are we going to wake up? When are the people going to wake up and say, enough is enough? They gave $500 million to the peninsula. Yo, do Under Armour really need any more money? Do they really need any more money? And if they did, guess what? They're in a financial position when you look at business that they can go out and get money for pennies on the dollar. So why do you want to take ours? And then also the offset, guess what? They're not going to pay taxes for 100 years. Okay?
Tony, I'm going to ask you to come out of character a little bit. What could the city of Baltimore do to help out restaurants?
Nothing.
Well, for me, I mean,
I know. Catch that lady that work across the street in that uniform that be giving. I went down there to put this camera on him and interview him the other day. I'm like, Tony, who is chasing you? It was a meter maid. I mean, I'm sorry. Sorry.
That's what they gave Tony.
Yeah. Donnie. She wasn't that was the sheriff from across the street, not a meter maid. I don't think they would appreciate.
Well, you didn't appreciate her chasing you. She knows you work there. She knows you work there. She know your car. And she was like, meter maid might be too high in honor because the sheriff who we vote for should know your establishment.
That's what I'm talking about. Common courtesy.
Damn right.
Common courtesy.
Yeah. Well, parking is definitely an issue, and it's a major issue, as you recognize for me right now, Donnie. You saw me roaming around the block to keep from being issued a ticket.
I mean, when somebody got that serious look on their face, like, yeah, let me keep running, let me keep moving, because here they come. And you've had to deal with it too, Naijha.
Yeah, well, we're lucky to have the hospital right across the street because people can park in that lot. They may not realize that it's up to 30 minutes for free and then $3 for an hour, and then just look at the posted rates. But we got the street parking, and then there was one time they were towing people after 3. But I think after COVID, during COVID, it was a little lax. But I don't know. My priority right now is we got to figure out how we're gonna get some cash infusion into the restaurant so we can do these upgrades because it's just really needed. I don't want to have to do a GoFundMe, but that's on the list too. So there's a lot of things coming out down the pike. It'd be sad if we have to go that route. If the city has money, they need to be supporting these businesses that are established over a decade.
Because you can't wait till CIAA come.
And we don't get no money from that anyway, Donnie. Let's stop. Come on, stop. Don't even say that. We don't get not a coin. They don't advertise to the black restaurants. I've given them ideas to create shuttle services that would really bring those in. They don't even give our students. They don't even give kids that are positioned to go to college to say, yo, here, Baltimore City, here's 1,000 damn tickets for your kids. All your 11th and 12th graders, I want to see them there. Guess what? They're bringing that here because each one of those kids that sign up to their college is revenue for them. Why haven't we gotten some of this simple, basic stuff? All right.
I gotta plug Ezekwe because I saw Ezekwe do a black restaurateur, and it might not have been all encompassing, but I will say this, and one of y'all have talked about this before. When the promoters get involved, I don't give promoters the pass. Because you got us partying. We don't need help partying. We need help.
We need some building. We need to build something.
We don't need no help partying. That's an easy list. Yeah, we need when a big time convention, whether it's CIAA, whether it's the Deltas, the Alphas, whomever, we need somebody advocating for our black restaurants. And that was CIAA is the first time I saw our people. I saw the whole community. Different strata. Ira, you were there. And
absolutely. I was fortunate enough to be a part of the BORT tour, which is what is called Black Owned Restaurant Tour, right? 2 years in a row. And shout out to Zeke behind helping us get into that, right? And so as other owners know on the call, we need all revenue, right? So like this revenue, that revenue, whatever revenue it is. So I'm happy to be a part of what that looks like. But to Naijha, to Terence's, to Tony's point, couple of things, right? So one, we're in downtown Baltimore. So directly behind the Muncie building is a parking lot that's privately owned by Park Ave or whatever it's called. But directly across the street from that, from City Hall, is a Baltimore City owned parking garage. And so my concern and conversations I've had around that is, it costs, Baltimore City owns that garage. It doesn't hurt them in any way, shape, or form for them, specifically me and Tony, who's in walking distance of that, for them to be able to allow our customers to park there wouldn't cost them $1 or a cent. And that would support me and Tony.
Look how we solved that, Donnie. Look how we solved that problem.
Right.
Like exactly. that would support us like crazy. Like one of our biggest issues, like you said, is finding ways for customers to park. So I've been going back and forth with the mayor's office myself around just getting that level of support. I don't care what it is. 10,
it's an election. It's an election.
Right.
May 14th. And now's the time for you to push that envelope because
sending blessings to that because you should have that. You and Tony.
And you want to know what?
Behind the building.
Hey, Ira. We definitely should, talk about that. Behind my restaurant is a street, so I can't unload. I was recently informed it's a street. All of these years, I'm making a joke out of this. The point that I'm making is no place to stop behind my restaurant. So Donnie, you saw me going round in circles, Donnie. I was doing a drop off.
I saw that black woman sheriff chasing you.
And Donnie was chasing me with the camera because I couldn't even stop to talk to him. I stopped behind the restaurant.
That shouldn't be a problem.
Donnie will chase you with a camera. Donnie will chase you with a camera. Remember when Gansler came up to Darker Than Blue, Donnie? And that cat was out of place with the suit, taking pictures of the tags of the cars. Politicians, it's a dirty business. And Donnie chasing this white dude down the street on Greenmount Avenue with a suit on, with his camera. I'm like, who are you? Who are you? He was gonna get the story, baby.
See, my problem is that it's not solely reciprocated, right? And so we, like I said, we're doing a bunch of stuff for Baltimore City Schools. When you do stuff for Baltimore City Schools, you get paid net 30. So you don't get paid until 30 days after the event. And Baltimore City isn't the best at paying all the time anyway. So like we're doing that because we grew up in the Baltimore City school system, right? And so if we can do something to give back, we're wanting to do that. We do different events for the mayor's office. We are an approved youth work site. We had 7 different youth workers there this summer, 2 of which are still working for us now that we kept on board. I was talking to MOAM, which is the Mayor's Office of Employment Development. They want to send us 6 individuals for internship for 3 weeks in a clip over the next 90 days. And so we do our part to support the city in every way, shape, or form. So it would be absolutely amazing if the city could turn around and do something to support us.
Come on, man.
Claim it. Go get that parking space because you need it.
Parking is critical.
And you want to know what? See, this simple conversation right here, a few small things that don't take legislation, don't take a lot of this. See, that's free. Giving those brothers opportunity parking lot, guess what? That's free. If you want to tell me, let's design it together right now. Only thing we do is we create a scan code. When they come in, they take the ticket, you come inside, you stamp their scan code when it goes back out, and they rock that way, you know? And if you want to use it in reference to accounting or something of that nature, you have to, have the accountability of it. It could be a donation to those. So it's a way that the city can show how they financially are supporting these businesses, okay? This stuff isn't hard, but you have to get people in place that own business and do business to make business. Other than that, it don't work, baby. Guess what? You can have a master's degree and I have people to say, I own a business. I've been in business 20 years. Yeah, but guess what? It's just you. You ain't never dealt with payroll. You ain't dealt with none of the inspection. The business was sitting off the edge of your bed with your laptop. To me, that's not a valid damn business. When you figure out how you're going to make payroll, when you're dealing with inspectors, when you're dealing with your rent or your mortgage, when you're dealing with your licensing, okay? Now you tell me we're doing it because you wake up on Monday and you need 5,000 and you got 1,500. How you going to do it, baby?
Right.
Hello, no,
100.
We do it.
100.
We do it.
What Terence said.
Okay? You know what I mean? And guess what? Here's the crazy part. When you do share the information with the city, they push you off. It's like you're challenging. I'm not challenging you. I'm giving you ideas that actually help you do your job better and let you be accountable for what you're supposed to be, which is our community. If you can't figure it out, guess what? Let me help you figure it out. Shit, I'm here. I'm in the water. I'll tell you, throw the life raft. Don't throw the brick. Throw the life raft. Don't throw the brick. You feel me? And I mean, like Doni said, it's election season. Not only we got to think about voting, I think that we really need to put it in our mind. We need to think about running. Those people within our community that are doing this action and that have the autonomy to make it better for us, we need to tap them on the shoulder and say, yo, sister, yo, brother, it's time. Throw your hat in the ring. You know what I mean? As we look at the politicians and every time as they start to debut and stuff for themselves now, a lot of cats been around for a long time, baby. A lot of cats been around for a long time. And I'm old school, right? All right. If I'm doing the tile floor and I don't get it, I'm going to let one of my guys get it because that means I can't get it. Some of us that are running right now, they got to really just tap out. All right. We have to make room for new ideas and new energy and let it not be an ego that you got to get back in again. No, let's let this be. They're the new Baltimore loading. Remember that hashtag. They're the new Baltimore loading. Okay?
Let me just jump in here, Martin Luther King. I'm proud of all of y'all for being on this call because when they say, there's this myth that black people don't work together, black people don't stick together. This right here is evidence. Tony Randall, Naijha Wright Brown, Ira Chase, Terence Dickson. Easily y'all could have said no. Easily you could have said no. Why you plugging Cisco?
No, this is Skip. Shopkeepers individual procurement. All right, this is something we did with the black restaurants in Baltimore about 10 years ago. All right, a co-op for black restaurants where we would actually have a voice and like issues that we would have conversation. Okay, we would find better pricing. And this was for us. Okay, I'm just letting everybody know. Yo, we back on the track again. It's not Skip no more. It's called CSAC. All right.
Okay, all right. So stop trying to take over my show. All right. So here's a off the record question. If any of you don't have each other's number, just hit me. But here's the final question. We're gonna start with you, Naijha. What do you put in your collard greens?
Seasonings. Seasonings, red pepper, seasonings.
All right.
Liquid smoke. What is it? Liquid amino acids to get that smoky flavor, so we don't have to use no meats for that.
Tony Randall, what you put in your greens, man?
We put a lot of secret ingredients in there, but we don't put pork or any type of meat product in our collard greens. And they're made fresh daily.
Going to see Tony.
They're fresh collard greens. Fresh, like your grandma.
Ira, what you put in the greens, man?
Man, you know what? So since everybody got collard greens, that's the exact reason we don't do collard greens, baby.
You don't do what?
We do
that's not a black restaurant. That's not a black restaurant. He don't do no greens.
We do green beans,
you
baby. Not collard greens. We got to stand
You do
out.
green beans?
We do green beans.
You got how you do the green? I love green beans.
Listen, you got to have listen, and them green beans with that cornbread make you want to slap your mama.
What you put in the green beans?
And just like everybody else said, man, we put a lot of nice seasoning in there. But I agree, we do not put any pork in there. We don't put any pork or any meat in there whatsoever, because you want to have something general to everybody. Don't want to offend anybody to any degree.
I'm going to Hood Fellas. I want the green beans.
Terence Dickson, what do you put in the green?
Y'all ready?
I know you put the little pimentos in there. I know you put the little pimentos.
We start out with the collard greens. We add fresh kale. And nothing don't come from no cans. I seen a couple cats out there. Y'all taking cans of them glory greens in y'all restaurants, but I ain't gonna put y'all on hood blast now. All right, I seen y'all. Okay, roasted red peppers, red onion, white onion, a little bit of smoke, little seasoning, a little bit of that, some garlic, and then I stir it with this finger right here. See this finger? This the one. I stir it. I stir it like that. You got to stir it to the right though, Donnie. Stir it to the right. Okay, and that's what we do. And then we cook them for about good 6 hours. It be stinking up the neighborhood. People be like coming and knocking on the door. What's going on? You know, I'm trying to tell you.
Tony, I know you're not gonna let them top you with that, Tony.
I can't test that one, Donnie. The finger thing.
That's a little.
I put the glove on. Y'all don't understand. I put the glove on.
We put a top on and just let that we call it the green juice marinate, so that it gets a natural seasoning.
Y'all ain't told me nothing. Naijha did mention something.
I give you this, Donnie. Our green beans is a nice vegetable base. That's what I do.
You still trying to bring them green beans back?
That's right. Listen, you know
I'm going to get them green beans. I'm going to see Ira and get them green beans.
The return of the Mac.
Listen, come through. We got some green beans with your name on it, and we don't even start.
What time you open? What time you open?
We open at 11 a.m. every day.
I'm gonna be there 11:30. I'm gonna give y'all time. I'm gonna be there 11:30. I'm gonna go get them green beans.
All right, so
we're gonna bring you back.
You be coming to see us when you got jury duty anyway, because we got a juror special. We right across the street from the courthouse.
Nah, you got it made, man.
You know what? I'm gonna save you. I'm gonna bring y'all a case of collard greens. I'm gonna just drop it at the door and drive off. Okay, I'm gonna just drop a case of collard greens and I'm gonna drive off.
Hey, Terrence, we need more than a case. If you're going to give me something, give me 12 cases.
I don't want to hurt them. I don't want them to go to withdrawal. They talk about they got green beans, so you know they really on that amoeba level starting at the beginning. I don't want to hurt them.
Man. I'm coming to see you, Ira. I'm going to get them green beans. That's my only option. I'm coming to get that.
Naijha, go ahead and put in your final plug.
All right. Land of Kush, go to landofkush.com, 840 North Utah Street. We're right near MLK. 410-225-KUSH, 410-225-5874. Please follow me on Naijha Speaks if you're trying to find your vegan soul. through food, people, events, and culture.
Ooh,
Straight out of Boogie Down Bronx. Terrence, come on with it.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, TerraCafeBmore.com. We're located in the heart of Baltimore City, 101 East 25th Street, on the corner of 25th and St. Paul. You know what I mean? We got Feel Good Tuesdays tonight, a little poetry, open mic, doing this thing. And you know what? I wasn't going to say nothing, but next Friday, all y'all jazz lovers getting ready, because we getting ready to be back. Well, we ain't being back. We being better. Okay? Y'all get ready for next Friday night. We got something really kind of special going to pop off. Okay? And it's been gone for a while, but we doing something different. Okay?
Okay. Tony?
Next Phase Cafe, NEXTPHAZCAFE.com, 410-449.
Tony, slow down. Slow it down a little.
Watch out.
Okay, Next Phase Cafe, 112 East Lexington Street, NEXTPHAZECAFE.com, nextphasecafe.com. Call 410-449-3232. Come to Friday, our Soulful Friday, where there's live entertainment, no admission. If you're a musician and you want to come hang out on Monday, we do a Monday night jam session. And come to Wednesday, we call it Wings Day, where you can get dollar wings, minimum of 10 wings. Come down and book your event on Saturday and Sunday. Book private events. Just dial that number or go to the website, nextphasecafe.com.
Ira, bring it on home.
All right, so Hoodfellas Bistro, 7 North Calvert Street, inside a historic Muncie building. You can find us on all social media. You can type in Hoodfellas. It's easy to find because the name is super unique. 443-362-2208. And we have a fantastic juror special Monday through Friday. So if you go on a jury duty, you need to come over and see us. $15, no tax included. Include fries and a free drink because we like to reward people that's doing their civic duty, baby.
Good stuff.
Hey, Doni, can I say one thing? Everybody look out. I've done it. We're on Uber Eats, Grubhub. It clicks on today. All right, those fish subs are going to be done your way. Uber Eats and Grubhub, your way.
Good.
Good morning, world.
Ha! That's slick.